Today, guys, we have a special treat. We're in Breckenridge, Colorado, just south of Blue River. But what's really special is we have this home right here that it still has a little bit of progress to go here. It looks like the septic system is being worked on, but we basically have a brand new build. Shout out to Amelia Wozmansky with Live Sotheby's International Realty for letting us tour this home. You've got a beautiful exterior here. And the home, I will tell you guys, it has a bit of a funky layout, but it utilizes the lot space very well, considering it's only a half-acre lot. And when we get into the home, guys, and we expose the views of the mountains behind the trees here, you're going to absolutely love what this property has to offer. It's a 4-bed, 4-bath, just over 3,000 square feet, designed by BHH architects who are local here to Breckenridge. So if you have design requests or if you want extra things done, I'm sure that they will work with you. I noticed when we first come into the home, we've got really nice curb appeal. A lot of the homes south of Breckenridge and Blue River, older, outdated cabins, they have that unique cabin aesthetic that a lot of people crave, but there isn't a lot of new inventory. So to have something like this with newer architectural design is really a treat to have here. So we've got beautiful landscaping here with our pine trees with a rock border around them, and kind of set that up as you like. We've got a manicured lawn here, which is pretty rare to find in the mountains of Colorado. Again, obviously this will all be done very soon, but we have a beautiful rock retaining wall. We've got a 2-car tandem garage here with additional space for toys. Then you're greeted with a concrete pad to withstand the tough nature of being in the mountains of Colorado. So if you're coming from your day of adventure, this will withstand the test of time. And then we've got these stone veneer on the wall as we walk in, accented with some gray brown washed wood paneling, and then some tongue and groove coming into the front door. Head into the bottom floor of this unit, but what's really important to note, even though there is multiple levels to this, that we have an elevator here. So if you're not privy to going upstairs, we have an elevator, which is incredibly rare to find this far outside of Breckenridge. Again, just 7 miles outside of Breckenridge, so it's not super far. It's about a 10-minute drive, but to have an elevator here is incredible. And so I want to start on the top floor because the views, the living situation is incredible. So let's go inside and check that out. So here we are on actually the floor below the top floor. The top floor is even more special, but this is the main living of this home. And the reason I want to show you it is because, I mean, look at this. These windows joining at the corners here give you incredible all-day sun as it's south and west facing. But what's really great is the mountain views that you get from the living area. So we've got Mount Lincoln off to the distance. We've got Mount Quandary. We've got Atlantic and Pacific Peak, and we've got Helen as well. Not Batman Mountain Helen, don't worry. No volcanic eruptions happening here. But to be able to see this swath of mountain ranges right from your main living, I mean, we've got our heat glow fireplace here, and the way you could set this up, you could be sitting right here basically in your comforter on your big sectional, and you're looking right at the mountains. Amelia, the listing agent, has kind of given you an idea of how this space can be set up through these renderings. If you guys want more details about that, feel free to reach out to me and I can send you that link directly. But it's very open in here, very airy, kind of blurs the lines between outside and inside because we have windows throughout. And like I said earlier, it's a half-acre lot, right? So it's super small, but they've utilized the space really well. They've got some nice landscaping out here. These trees, obviously natural landscaping, blocking the neighbors there, so you're not looking directly into your neighbor's window. But one of the nicest parts about this home is obviously this chef's kitchen here. I love the waterfall center island there. And then we've got plenty of countertop space and storage space. Dishwasher, wine cooler there, in cabinet microwave oven, farm sink. I mean, and you can just kind of picture, you know, friends, family, they're all here watching the big game on a Sunday. You're here kind of chefing it up. You've got your 4-burner Thermador stove top here. You've got additional cooktop here. I actually haven't seen this feature on these Thermador ovens. And then you've got the griddle here as well. And then obviously double oven. So, okay, you're chefing it up right here. You've got the light coming in and the beautiful nature on the backside. All of your friends and family are having a big old time. You can literally see snow-covered peaks from washing dishes. And then you've got a big signature kitchen suite fridge there. More storage here. Storage is ample. Vaulted ceilings, so it opens up the space very nicely. So I'm absolutely loving this space. Let's take a step out on the deck, of which there are a few in this home. The deck kind of traverses the front of the home, coming over here. This is a decent sized deck, I will say, for the space. It probably could have been a little bit bigger, but when we go upstairs, you'll really see where the outdoor living shines through. But again, you get a good glimpse of the outdoor windows, the stone veneer, the tongue and groove ceilings out here. And what's really great about being out on this deck is that you've got views down valley all the way to Silverthorne. I mean, that's the Williams Fork range right there. So wonderful to be able to see that. Now let's just go check out some of the suites. Again, elevator here, absolutely amazing. On a side note, lots of stairs in this home. A broker once told me that this, you can call this type of home a heart-healthy home, because if you're hiking up and down stairs all day, your heart's gonna be in great shape. But again, for those of you who don't want to deal with stairs, to have an elevator in this home is a premium feature. So we'll walk into our primary suite area here, 2 closets, smoke detector that needs its batteries replaced. We've got carpet in here, forced air, heating, and then obviously amazing views from this west-facing window and amazing views from this north-facing window that joins at the corner. And then we've even got some more facing towards the east. So natural light on 3 sides. And then immediately to the right, we've got bathroom with single sink vanity, wood fascia on the cabinet. And then we've got a nice shower set up here with their frosted glass window. Another window over here exposing the views. This space is definitely a little funky. Not entirely sure what the thought process was there. Obviously the stairs kind of join there, so they're probably just trying to maximize the space. To me, I think I understand why they did it this way. Ideally, you would have walled this off and just made this its own suite, but this bathroom also serves as the powder room for the main living here, hence why it's not closed off. So probably a little bit better that they did it that way. Now we'll take the stairs up to our top level. This top deck is where you want to be spending most of your time. And the reason is, look at the views that you are getting from atop this deck. I mean, that is just epic. To be able to see that from your home, to have a rooftop deck in Blue River. I mean, you can even see neighbors. Nobody's got a rooftop deck up here. And the aspens right now, the way the leaves are changing, it's just absolutely incredible. Have all this just 7 miles away from downtown Breckenridge. It's awesome because you want to go into town, grab a bite to eat, go grocery shopping, whatever you want to do, you can do that. But then just 7 miles away, you come to your little private oasis in the woods with your own rooftop patio where you can set up a hot tub amongst other things. and feels truly like you live in the middle of the woods. None of the nuisance of the highway noise, the tourism. I mean, everybody who lives here enjoys and savors the peace and quiet. So you're gonna get that. And so again, I wanna give you a good view of what this rooftop deck has. I mean, I certainly, if I owned this home, I would be here 7 days a week, just taking in these views, you know? So, absolutely incredible. Back to the main level, we're now going to head downstairs to see the rest of the bedrooms and living situations. As you're going down the stairs, I love how they've included the windows on the staircase here because it still allows for natural light. There's nothing I hate more than a dark, dingy staircase. So the fact that they've included this here is really nice because as you're walking down the stairs, it still feels light and open. Okay, let's go check out our first suite. So this is actually a true ensuite, unlike the one I showed on the main level. And what's nice is you do have your own private deck out here. Obviously this one is a bit lower, so you're not getting quite the views that you get out of the top floor decks, but you do have a little privacy out here so you can get away from the family. And so you are still surrounded by pines. It's still peaceful, still quiet. And then we'll walk into the ensuite bathroom. And okay, so start off to the right here. We've got a walk-in closet. Very spacious. And then we've got the ensuite bathroom, toilet room here. Nice and big, plenty of room to think in there or mess around on your phone. We've got single piece tub here, frosted glass, so nobody's gonna be catching you soaking. We've got double sink vanity. And then we've got a shower, nicely set up with a bench, some natural light coming through, and very unique choice on the tiling. I love the texture and the pattern that it's got going on in there. And then obviously raised ceilings throughout the entire home, higher than standard, which is a really nice touch. We've got a laundry room here that also ties into the bathroom. So if people on this level need to use a bathroom, they can certainly just come in here and do so. But we've got a nice laundry room with plenty of countertop space to fold your laundry. And then the hookups are right there as well. And even extra space for extra gear and whatnot. Come back into the main hall. I love this window bringing in more natural light into the house. So again, there's really no dark spots in this house, which I absolutely love. And then we've got our secondary suite, junior suite, whatever you want to call it, basically mirroring the upstairs suite on the main level. The difference is here is that they did actually block it off from the rest because this wouldn't be used as a powder room. So you can close that off. And then you've got your bathroom that's basically mirroring the one from above. Privacy with that door closed. Nice sized closet here. And then this deck also connects with the deck that we just walked out on. So here you can set up additional seating and be able to enjoy the mountains from out here. I will say it's a bit small from the door to the railing, so there's definitely a trade-off, but you do have it, so that's nice. We're gonna go downstairs now. Again, more windows, letting in more light, so it doesn't feel dark and dingy as you're walking down the stairs. And again, you can take the elevator. I'm not taking the elevator right now. One, because it's just slower than taking the stairs, but I like going up and down stairs. I like being heart healthy. So down on the entry level here, we have got a beautifully sized storage closet here that also leads into your well pressure tank. That is the front entrance there. We've got our tandem 2 car off to the left here. So you can see good space plus additional space by the electrical service panel over there. As well, we have access to our mechanicals right here. And we've got our furnace, as well as our wall hung heater. And we've got some electric baseboard in here as well, so you can heat this space up, which is very nice. Now, we'll finish off with the final suites. And this one is situated more similarly to the upstairs, where you have a powder room here for guests when they first walk in. I think it's a really intelligent choice, because you park your car, you take off your gear, you walk in, and then you've got your powder room right here to kind of clean up after the day. And then this closet right here, great little storage closet for all of your gear right outside the garage. Also a good choice to have that close by. And then you've got your final bedroom here. And again, we have got some windows facing towards the north and the west, as well as access to a patio right here and your manicured lawn. Now let's talk a little bit about what the neighborhood and the area just south of Breckenridge has to offer. I think this is ideal for those of you who want true peace and quiet. You want that cabin in the woods type feel. Obviously this is not a cabin, right? But we are surrounded by pine trees. We have beautiful views of aspens, mountains. It's very peaceful outside when you walk outside onto your dirt road that is maintained by the county. You can walk your dog, you can ride your bike without really having to worry about a plethora of tourists or people driving erratically or people really not paying attention because they're looking at all the views. This is truly like a community feel in this neighborhood. So if you want some privacy, you want beautiful views, you want to be surrounded by nature, this is going to be a great neighborhood for you. As far as amenities and access to things to do, just down the road you have access to the McCulloch Gulch trailhead as well as the Quandary Peak trailhead. So if you are a big mountain hiker, you can do that practically right out of your back door. You've got the National Forest just at the end of the road here and kind of behind the home here, just a couple of lots up, but you have access to that if you want to go out into the National Forest. When you get onto Highway 9, you can take that highway. If you make a right, it will take you into Breckenridge to go skiing. So you're only 7 miles from skiing at Breckenridge, downtown Breckenridge, for shopping, dining, all the things that Breckenridge has to offer there. And then if you take a left out of your neighborhood, you will be going towards Hoosier Pass. And at the top of Hoosier Pass, there is a beautiful overlook, looking again at the mountains. And then you can go down into Alma and Fairplay. And that is truly like an outdoorsman's paradise. If you like to basically be on your own when you're outdoors, you don't need to be guided, you basically know what you're doing. Alma and Fairplay have tons of options over there, from off-roading, fly fishing, hiking, biking, you name it. You can kind of do it over there unguided. The wilderness is kind of at your whim. So I would say, again, if you were looking for a small community feel, more private, you don't really want to be bothered by the noise, highway noise, tourists, this is going to be a fantastic option for you. And I just want to give you guys the views one more time before I leave you, because man, unreal. So if you guys are looking to know what it's like to live here in Summit County, Colorado, you're going to need a guide like myself who's lived here for quite some time and knows the ins and outs of what it's like to actually live here, knows the ins and outs of living in each neighborhood. And I'm going to be your transparent guide. I'm going to give you the pros as well as the cons. There are definitely trade-offs to living in a place like this, and there's definitely pros to living in a place like this. Either way, you're going to get the full picture. So feel free to reach out to me, text me, call me, email me, or go into the link in the description below, download my relocation guide. And if you're a luxury buyer looking in the $4 to $5 million price point or higher, I've got a luxury buyer's insider kit where I share all of my information about the luxury neighborhoods here in Summit County, as well as a list of off-market exclusive properties. And we've got a couple right now that if you're looking to buy something that isn't for sale on the open market, I will share that with you guys. So again, my name is Anthony Soul, live Sotheby's International Realty local real estate agent here in Summit County, and I'm ready to help you guys. Being at Sotheby's also has its pros. I know I'm going off right now, but I want to make sure that you guys know who you're working with. Being at Sotheby's means I have colleagues that work across the entire state and globally, and we're the best real estate agents in the game. There's just no question about it. So if you need a top tier real estate agent who does this full time, this is their full-time gig, this is how we put food on our table for our families, reach out to one of us, reach out to me. I can connect you with any agent in the world wherever you're looking, and I will see you guys in next week's video.